All right, guys, part 2 of my Nationals videos. Didn't intend to make this many at all, but just a lot to talk about. So this one's going to be all cards. So, you know, if you didn't enjoy my rambling in the last video, hopefully this one will be better video for you to watch. So I picked up some incredible stuff at the show. I mean, just some absolutely incredible pieces that I had never even seen before or had a chance at buying. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to start with like least impressive to most, but there's really no right way to do that. First up, I grabbed this off a table. This is a T214 coupon cigarettes of Dick Rudolph. And you'll notice he listed as a Boston National League team, which is the Doves. / Braves. And if you didn't know, the Braves won the World Series in 1914, and Dick Rudolph was a key player on that team. So I think he won 2 games as a starting pitcher. So fantastic card. Love that. Obviously, it's based on his T206 image. There's the back. Really cool. Love that card. I'd missed out on one a couple years ago. You'll notice on these that they have like a sheen on them, almost like a laminate. It's very different from the T206. There's some people out there who mistake these as fake. I don't know what they're talking about. But that's an awesome card. Love picking that up for the Braves collection. Next up, came across a table of some guys from Facebook that I had not met before in person. Really nice guys. Glad to have done business with them. Came across their table. Saw this card in a stack that said Ghost. And if you know what that means kind of in the T206 world, those are super desirable. This card has the most opportune loss ever. It's why it's a 1. Looks like a 3, but there's loss on his sleeve. Anyways, this is why I bought this card on the back here. Ooh, focus camera. There you go. You can see it's a wet sheet transfer. It's not a cylinder Ghost. So it wasn't like printed on there. My camera is freaking out. There we go. But you can see it's the same image on the back as on the front. Super, super cool. Hope that's picking up good on the camera, but that's an awesome piece. Love that. I got this for an incredible steal. I love it. Very, very awesome. Next up, let's see. I found this laying in a table. I knew this was a very, very, very tough combo. This is Byrne Tolstoy for all you off-back collectors. Byrne only comes in Sovereign or Tolstoy is off-back, so very, very desirable. I think I got this card about 5 times under market price. So this is not one I really need. I'll probably list this up. I've done too much buying lately. If I get a nice price on it, I'll sell it. If not, I'll hold on to it. But Byrne Tolstoy, very, very, very tough card. Heritage sold a 2 for like $900 or something about a month ago. So yeah, very, very tough one. Lucky to have found that on day 1 of the show. I think that was the first card I bought. Let's see. Next up, you know what? I'll show this one next. This is probably one of the more expensive cards I bought. Well, it is for sure, but there's some better stories with some of these other ones. Saw this like day 1, knew it was a pretty good price. Went back on the very last day, like the last 30 minutes I was there. It was still there. Was able to work out a deal with another guy with us, Tim, who was just an incredible human. Tim, loved every minute walking around Chicago with you and the show. You're an awesome dude. But he and I bundled 2 cards together with this dealer. This is a Carl Lundgren 4.5. So just a ridiculous card in and itself. Very expensive, common, kind of a short print, uncommon. But this is an EPDG back. I don't have many EPDGs, Prince of Wales. This card is significant because he only comes in Carolina Brights or EPDG if you want an off back. So this card is very, very expensive. And again, I feel like I got this card for about half of what it's worth, which is just awesome. I don't think I'm going to let this one go and just, unless something just comes up and I absolutely need to move it, because I do have a 3 common back of this card. But anyways, that's a beauty. Love that thing. Woo, smoker. Then Max and Scott and I were walking around the show. I was lagging a couple tables behind, flipping through some stuff. And they just yelled my name. I heard them, 3 tables over. I come running. There's 2 incredible cards sitting there for the Braves collection. First up is a Frank Bowerman Sovereign 150, and it's so funny because I had just the day before bought one from Scott in a 1.5 PSA holder that had some damage on the back. So then to find this card the very next day was just really funny, kind of poetic justice there, because I'm not a big fan of back damage, but I was just happy to get one because it's such a tough card in general. But this is a really nice 3. I love this image. Again, Sovereign 150 on the back there. Love it. Great card. If you don't know, I'm following in Max's footsteps, trying to get all the Boston National League team, the Doves/Braves, in off back. So I'd probably go Polar Bear better, but the team set is so incredibly tough. But I just picked up a monster the other day. And, I mean, not that this one's not. But, yeah. And then the very next card, the dealer had this card as well on his table. One I had lost about 3 years ago. Not the same one, but one of this card. And never had a chance to bid on another off-back since. He is very, very tough. This is a PSA like Pop 3, I think. And SGC's graded another 3. So just an incredibly tough card. It is rough, as you can tell. Not the best image at all. It's a little shifted up. It is a 1, of course, but you got to take what you can get. He is a very tough off-back. And I did not pay $310. I paid $300. So, I think I paid $5 for the both. $5 for both of these. I was happy to do that. I would have paid $5 for just this. So, to get that one, I'm just calling that one free. How about that? American Beauty 350 back with frame. Lovely card. Super happy to have it. This was a huge hurdle in the Doves off-back team set, and I was happy to get that. Incredibly happy to get both. One would have been enough, but and then I was able to upgrade a huge card. This is my old Ray Dimmitt. I think he's the number 6 toughest card in the set. So there's the 4 impossible cards: Plank, Doyle, Maggie. Not impossible. You can get a Maggie. You can get a Plank. But the big 4: Plank, Maggie, Wagner, and then the toughest is Joe Doyle, which REA has one up right now for auction. But this was my card. You can see the back of it is just absolutely roached in half. I'm honestly surprised it got a 1, but it is a solid card. It's just some paper loss. But I was able to upgrade it at the show with a friend to a much nicer 1 with a full back, or a much more full back. You're buying this card for the back. There's a little bit of difference on the front, obviously the name, but yeah. That's huge card. It's absurd that I have 2 of these, considering there's only about 400 or 500 total ever, like out there. I think, well, no, there's not even that many. Maybe 350, I think, is probably the total. Probably 500 out there in the wild. I think between PSA and SGC, they've only graded about 300. So very, very happy with my personal pickups with the show. I did buy some other stuff at the show that I gave to SGC, and I will show those off when they come in. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching another 8.5 minutes of your life on my channel. See you next time.